We want to show you how you would add the color when you're working with Colorwork.
And when you start the color work, you just place the yarn on the needle like this, and you start knitting.
So it's simple as that.
It's simple. And again, you place the yarn from the ball on your finger. The tail, you just put it inside like this. I like to have the tail inside.
Arne likes to have the tail on the inside. I actually like to have it on the outside because when I have the tail on the outside, it works as a stitch marker. So I always know that that's the end of my round because the tail is hanging on the outside. So these are two different ways of doing it. But if you're out of stitch markers, or if you, for any reason, can't find the stitch markers in your stash, remember that you have the tail that you can always use as a stitch marker. And you can easily bring it up as well as you knit.
Yeah, but I also like to have the tail from the new color inside, because then I can pull the stitch to make it nicer.
Obviously.
And then I can use the tail from the cast on. Use that as a stitch marker.
Yeah. So we're all different, but in the end of the day, it's the end result that counts.
When you have 2 stitches left on your last needle, it's time to do the first increase. And we go to the stitch below the stitch on the needle. The stitch on the needle, that's the daughter. The stitch under is the one we call the mother.
And now I also want you to show the middle stitch, the one you shouldn't increase on. It's a good idea to show people that one.
Yeah, if you go in between like this,
you get a massive hole.
You get a hole, but a lot of people go in there and they kind of twist it or something, or they do a purl on the next round.
Yeah, but that's too complicated.
It's too complicated. If you go into the mother stitch,
so the one under the stitch that is on the needle,
it makes no hole. And if you hold on to the daughter, you can place it on the needle and you knit the mother, and then you knit the daughter.
And actually what you're doing is by pulling that stitch from below on the needle and then knitting it, you're actually pulling everything up and you're making a really nice tight increase, which will be a very defined kind of stitch going upwards on both sides of the thumb, which is going to look really, really smart and really clean.